oysters make pearls. They are also a delicious delicacy, easy for me to say, enjoyed all over the world, but only if we're buying and eating them right. With more, welcome Chef Vittorio from the Good Son restaurant. I remember you from good old Top Chef Canada. You placed very well.
I did okay, yeah.
And now people, of course, are coming in droves to your restaurant. I've eaten there. It's a beautiful space.
Thank you.
This is on the menu.
Oysters are on the menu for sure.
If we want to buy them ourselves, where do we begin? I hear there's like East Coast versus West Coast oysters.
Yeah, there's definitely a big difference between East and West.
It's a battle.
It is a bit of a battle, like everything. But for me, I like to really go to Oyster Boy. I find that they have the freshest, best oysters in Toronto. So Queen Street West, right by Trinity Bellwoods Park.
Okay.
They actually hooked us up here. So
these are all East Coast.
They are East Coast today. I prefer East to West because they're saltier, they're a little bit more buttery in texture, whereas West Coast tend to be just a little bit sweeter. Which is,
so
if you like that,
sweeter.
Yeah, it tastes like cucumbers, melons, that kind of taste.
I do notice there are different shapes, so they're still from different parts of
For sure.
the East
So
Coast.
these are Cascompeck Bay from Prince Edward Island. These are Black Points from New Brunswick, and these are St. Simons from New Brunswick.
Okay,
so
very cool.
Generally, that area of Canada has some of the best oysters in the world.
Okay, so how do we shuck it? How do we shuck it? Oh,
Yeah.
shucks.
So-
I think it's so funny to call it a shucking an oyster.
It's yeah, especially what it can lead to too. So it's. Yeah,
Oh, I see what you did there, Chef. Well, it's a family chef.
It is.
Oh,
Sorry.
shucks. Okay, so we're going to properly
first thing,
shuck.
yeah. So you want to have a proper oyster knife, which you can easily get again at Oyster Boy. They are very sharp, so you want to be careful. And you always want to have a dry towel, nice and clean. And the oysters should be clean as well. You don't want them to be dirty.
Can we maybe? Can they? I want to make sure that there we go. Get a clean shot of that.
Yeah. So essentially, what you want to do,
So
first of all, they should always be rinse them off. They should always be right side up, so the rounder edge of the shell is down. Otherwise, all the liquor inside will come out.
Flat side up.
Yes, flat side up.
Okay.
So the way I do it is I just fold a rag over, and you find this little hole here, and basically, you just kind of pop it.
You need some strength, though. I've tried to do it once. It's not easy.
It's not the easiest, but it's not the. Once you get used to
Man.
it, it's pretty cool.
I know people who do this day in, day out. They've really
They have, yeah, they're
mastered
strong.
it.
Yeah.
So now.
And then at this point, you just want to make sure that there's no dirt or anything, no soil.
Okay.
And then what you do is ring the bell, they call it. So you just flip it, so that way it actually comes off.
Ring the bell.
Yeah, that's what I like to call it.
Now, what do you do in terms of toppings? Because I know people like different things. What do you find is most popular? And can we make that at
I
home?
really love lemon and horseradish. I think that's really a classic combination. So we actually have fresh horseradish.
I messed you up.
You did.
Earlier, we were trying to say fresh horseradish 3 times fast. And he's like, I got to say horseradish the whole time now as I shuck my oysters. Yeah, where's Sean Connery when we need? I'm sorry, Chef. Okay.
So fresh horseradish. You can get it at any market.
Yeah.
And it's so much better than jarred horseradish because there's nothing added to it. I'm just going to keep saying horseradish.
I'm a mess.
And,
Go on. Now you're just showing that you can.
So
Okay.
then a little bit of horseradish on top.
Yep.
Some fresh squeezed lemon juice.
Ding, ding, ring the bell. You said it again.
Yeah.
So lemon juice.
Lemon juice, and then I really like Tabasco as well. I find it's just a really great compliment.
Kick.
That little bit of spice really helps it go down.
How many are people supposed to eat if you're ordering for, like, it seems like a lot. You see people, they'll do 20, 30. Isn't that a lot?
I've seen people eat over 100. It can get,
Oh my God.
It can get crazy. But I mean, if somebody's shucking them for you, who cares? You just suck them back.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Is that okay? I mean,
good for you.
and
It's
you're
really-
not supposed to chew them, right?
You can give it like one chew maybe. I don't like to chew them too much, but they're really
Okay.
high in zinc. They're actually extremely healthy. They're also an aphrodisiac. If you know.
So you've seen people like basically. You see people eat all this, is what you're trying to tell me.
I could eat all this for sure.
Wow. Okay, so then over here you have, Winston said he loves this.
This is a mignonette. So basically, classic mignonette is either made with champagne vinegar or red wine vinegar. We make it with ramps, which are wild leeks from Ontario, and then cracked black pepper. So you're just going to crack some pepper in there.
Okay.
And then that just goes right on top of the oyster. Not too much. You don't want to kill
Can
the
we
oyster
open up
taste.
some more? Because we've got
absolutely.
3 of our fine gentlemen who are chomping at the
Let's
bit
do
to
it.
try your oyster.
Right now.
What is in this?
That's actually a habanero and apple hot sauce that we make at the Good Son.
Habanero and apple hot sauce.
Yeah. So I find, for me, I really like it. It's really spicy, but
So,
goes
okay,
extremely well.
Adam Wilde, Adam Stiles, Winston C. They love oysters.
Let's do it.
They're going to put it to the test. Now, you have your option of either the habanero, what was it, apple?
Habanero apple hot sauce, yeah.
Mignonette, or the, what is it, Chef? horseradish, and
horseradish.
lemon.
We were debating how many times you chew on it before you
Yes.
swallow the oyster.
I go with usually a 2.
You do too?
I do 1. I was always told 1 and then swallow.
I like 1.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, 2 gets a little tiring too. It's,
All
that effort you have to put in.
Especially when you're eating 100, it's exhausting,
for
Chef.
sure. And one thing to always look out for too is that the oysters really smell great. So you always want to give it a quick sniff. It should smell like the sea. It shouldn't smell fishy.
And you don't want to lose that flavor.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. So the liquor, which is the liquid inside the oyster, you want to make sure that that stays. So that's why you always store them this way up. And they should be really heavy because the heavier the oyster, the more liquor there'll be, and it generally the fresher because that means nothing is leached out.
Okay,
So,
guys,
again-
top it up. Come on, let's put it to the
don't be shy.
test.
Let's
For
get
more
it.
information, visit the Good Son restaurant. It's 1096 Queen Street West, and follow at the Good Son on Twitter at @thegoodson_TO. Come on, guys, get to it. Chef Vittorio, thank you so much for your patience and taking us through the world of shucking oysters.
You're very welcome.
Gentlemen, are we
Chef Stiles
ready?
is dressing it for us
Yeah.
right now.
I'm
It
just
is-
going to take care of all of this.
Oh, he loves to cook too, by the way. You have
yeah?
some competition in
Let's
our
do it right now.
Adam
Let's throw it out.
Hatch.
styles. All right, we ready? I know Payne's going to be
Oyster-
jealous because she
oyster
is.
cheersies.
Cheers.
Cheersies.
Okay.
She is our resident foodie. She's missing out. She's working out. We good? We ready for a Friday?
Good.
And Winston's looking for love at
Good way to
22.
start a Friday.
Hey, Chen. Over to you.